Hi, it's me, Daphne, and welcome back to my channel. And today's reading vlog, I'm gonna be focusing on trying to get out of a reading slump, okay? I feel like I've just been reading pretty mid books, like nothing that I've truly loved ever since I read Annibot in my last vlog. Just been picking up stuff, DNFing a lot of things. I just really want to get excited about books again. So this vlog is all about that, and I do have some books already on the docket for this TBR. So let's dive into them. Actually, before that, really quick, I'm really impressed with my outfit. It's Saturday night. I'm catching up with my bestie, Ina. Later tonight, we're gonna maybe try to go to a rooftop. This is the first time I've worn this outfit, and I kind of want to show you it because it's fun. I'm in all green. It's like an all green outfit. Even my socks are green. I just think it's cute. Anyway, back to the point of this video. So my priority read for the week, which, pray for me, doesn't flop, is Phantasma. This is going to be a buddy read with Sam and Eliza. I will link their channels down below. I'll link Sam's channel and then I'll link Eliza's Bookstagram. She's most active on there these days. It's a little bit outside of my normal comfort zone when it comes to fantasy romance. So we have our main character, Ophelia. For whatever reason, her mother was brutally murdered, so I think she's trying to maybe figure that out, but she doesn't have time to grieve. She's inherited all this family magic and an enormous debt. So her sister joins this Phantasma competition where contestants rarely escape alive. So Ophelia jumps in to I guess save her sister. The only way to save her sister is to win. I don't know the logic of how that works. I don't usually love competitions in romance books. I just feel like the stakes just never make sense to me. It says there's a cursed manor full of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms, blah, 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 demons, da-da-da. The interesting part is it mentions Ophelia must conquer all 9 floors. So it gives Dante's Inferno vibes, where there's the rings of hell and all that. So intrigued by that. And then obviously there's a love interest. He says he can help her. But then the quote at the end of the synopsis is she'll just need to ignore the overwhelming dark attraction drawing them closer and closer together. But Phantasma, the only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart, which is We're here for a good time though, so I can roll my eyes and still have a good time. I'm also in the middle of a nonfiction, so I picked this up to really try to shake things up a bit and get out of my normal habit of reading. So I've picked up An African History of Africa from the Dawn of Humanity to Independence by Zineb Badawi. I could be butchering that name, but I gave it my best shot. And I really like it so far. The tone of it is not as stuffy as a normal nonfiction book tends to be. It's very conversational. It's almost like you're sitting down with a friend who's really smart and she's just telling you all the things she learned on her travels. So I really enjoy that. So I have this cute bookmark in it that my friend Shireen got me from Turkey. She just got back from her honeymoon and she picked this up for me. Super nice. Very intrigued to learn more about it because as an American, as an African American, I feel like there are so many gaps in my knowledge of Africa as a continent, and a lot of the information we get has been from the European perspective, and this title just really caught my attention. I actually picked this up on my travels in Paris. I went to Shakespeare and Company and bought this book. So I wrote a little note to myself for the memento, and then they stamped it with their little logo, which is cool. So, gonna continue this. I doubt I'll finish it in this vlog, but I want to make more progress in it. And then the last thing I'll talk to you about at the start of this vlog is, wait for it, I'm reading it on my Kindle. This is a Mariana Zapata book. I'll pop it up. Mariana Zapata is very well known for her slow burn romances, and I haven't read a single one this year, so I'm excited to get back into her books. I've had good success with her in the past. I'm excited to, again, shake things up, try something a little different to get out of this little funky mood I've been in and stop DNFing books. Though I will say I'm a few pages in. I don't know, the first chapter was really long. I'm maybe 15, 20 pages in, and our main character's already making questionable choices. All I know about her, we're really just dumped into her life. I don't get a lot of explanation of what's going on yet. She is taking care of a 5-year-old boy and an 11-year-old boy because I think their parents maybe died, and I think they call her Tia. So she's their aunt, and she just moved to a new house with them. They've only lived there for a couple days, and her youngest boy that she's taking care of comes to, scares her in the middle of the night, wakes her up because he's scared because he hears people yelling in the street. She goes to see what's going on. She looks out the window, and these guys are, fighting in the street, beating up this guy, and she's like, what the fuck's going on? Mind you, The bad decision she makes, in my opinion, is not to keep minding her own business and just call the police to handle it. She decides to take a baseball bat and run outside without her shoes on and with no phone and doesn't call the police. You know what I mean? She's like, what would so-and-so do? Like, I need to, like, step up and not be scared. And it's like, bitch, just call the police. You don't need to be a hero to do the right thing. You can just call and that's the right thing to do. You don't need to, like, run out barefoot when there's, like, 4 men against 1 man, and you're just some girl. I don't know. So when I got to her running outside, I was like, I need to put this down for a second before I DNF it, you know? So that was last night or the night before. That's all for now. I will catch up with you later when I have some reading updates. I'm gonna pack my purse to go out, and then I'm gonna do some reading of Phantasma as like some pre-game reading before going out. I've been watching All Quiet on the Western Front on my Kindle. It's a German World War I movie, and it's really fucking good. I was watching it earlier while I was doing my hair. I'm just like upset with the movie. Like, it's so good, but like, it's a war movie, so people die, so I'm sad. But if you're looking for a movie, like a historical, you haven't already watched it, I definitely recommend it. But yeah, let's dive into this book. Monica gifted me this tarot card recently. It's the Star. It's a pretty positive tarot to get. I don't really like the back as much, but I'm gonna use this as my bookmark for this book, I guess. Let's see. Content and trigger warnings. Oh, this is my favorite kind of trigger warning. This work contains explicit sexual content and scenes with elements of horror. Change of plans. I'm also so tired. It's like 8:45 p.m. Ina was still at her like work thing. I was supposed to meet up with her after that, and it was taking so long. I'm gonna change into comfy clothes because we're gonna reschedule our little hangout, and I'm gonna head downstairs to Monica's, my neighbor. I talk about her all the time. She's in the book club with me. She runs it pretty much. I'm gonna bring my books downstairs to her place. She's watching Lisa Frankenstein. I'm not super interested in that movie. I already watched all the spoilers. And just hang out. I might fall asleep, but that's okay. Maybe I'll bring my hair wrap. My bonnet. All right, I'm gonna do that. Yo, Monica's room is vibes. I'm cozy up in her bed. Hi, I am at my parents' house. I'm here in my mom's office. It's Saturday, so about an entire week has gone by, and I have reading updates and life updates for you as well. We're gonna do reading updates first. I haven't read much more of the Phantasma. It's giving me a little bit of like kind of YA fantasy romance vibes, and it's a little corny. There's a lot of corny stuff going on. Sam is much further along than I am, and she's loving it. So I have hope that things might turn around, but she's really in her fantasy romance era right now, so maybe this will just work a little bit better for her. I'm just in a contemporary mood. I've just been loving contemporary romances this year. It's fun to like kind of try a fantasy romance, but it's very cheesy. Like, the character has a necklace and it's like, follow your heart, and she like, the character will like roll her eyes at that, but at the same time, like, the author didn't have to make the necklace so corny. And then there was something else that happened that was like really corny. Oh, this guy is like telling her about the Phantasma mansion thing or whatever. That's this death competition. I don't even understand fully what it's about. And he's like giving her the disclaimers of like, you could die, and like, if you want to leave, you have to say this, but if you're like in a challenge, you can't say it and you can't leave, you have to complete it and like be at the mercy of the demons and devils, whatever. And then he's like, there's only one real rule. Don't fall in love. And it's like, okay, something super corny like that. And I was like, maybe I give this a second, because the purpose of this vlog is to get out of a reading slump. And I was like, this is gonna slump me out. Like, I'm just not vibing this right this moment. So I decided to pick up Mariana Zapata's Wait For It. And this is a slow burn contemporary romance. And she moves to a new town and she has this neighbor, and it's her romance with this kind of, he's not really gruff. He's not gruff at all, but he's like tattooed. He's a little rude to her in the beginning. He's a little standoffish, and they like become friends, and it's their slow burn romance. It's over 400 pages and I ate it up. I couldn't stop. This week I was just having so much fun reading it. And I think a slow burn is so good for me at least. And I would definitely suggest it as something to get you out of a reading slump, because you really just want to get to the end of the book. You're like, I want to see them like fall in love. I want to see them like confess to each other and like all this stuff. Like you're just waiting for the little breadcrumbs of like, you know, so it's really fun. At least in that regard, that one book really helped me out of this slump so far. We'll see how it continues to go. I rated it 4 stars, and yeah, I would recommend it in general. I'm also reading, as of yesterday, Bully by Penelope Douglas. This is one of their older books, I assume, just because it's very millennial. Like the main character, she's in high school, she's like a senior in high school, but like just the way things are described and like some of the cliche aspects of the book just feel so millennial and like Disney Channel. So this book was written in 2014. I graduated high school 2013. So yeah, it's, I guess it's very relatable to around the time I was the character's age. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I was rolling my eyes at it. I'm feeling a little slumpy about it, not in love with it, but we're gonna keep trucking on with it. I'll read more of it today. I'm probably 13% of the way through. It's a bully romance. Our main female character's name is Tatum, and she lived next door to this guy named Jared. When they were young kids, they were inseparable, like best friends or whatever. And then the summer before their freshman year in high school, he like completely changed, and he just made it his mission to like bully her and like spread rumors about her and like make sure no guys wanted to talk to her and just like make her life hell. She dealt with that from like freshman year to sophomore year. Going into her junior year, she did a year abroad in France just to get away from him. Now she's back for her senior year, and she's like, I'm kind of sick of putting up with this. I'm gonna like fight back for once. And I said, I don't know, but it's like kind of stupid because she's like still attracted to him. I'm like, dude, he makes your life miserable. Like, I don't care about his like beautiful eyes. Like, he's an asshole. He's horrible. Like, I don't understand. And I don't know what his deal is. I'm sure it'll be revealed. And that's like part of the intrigue, is like kind of this mystery of like, what did she allegedly do to him to make him want to make her life miserable? I don't think there's a good excuse, but I guess we'll see. And like, how is he going to turn it around? I don't want her to just be like, oh, I find him so attractive, I'm just going to forgive him. No, that's not good enough. He needs to like, it needs to make logical sense. If it doesn't make logical sense, I'm gonna rate it low for the mood that I feel. Okay, just mixing up the angle. I'm still in my mom's room, but I wanna talk to you about the personal stuff that has been going on this weekend. So the reason I came down to my parents' house was because I was being honored at my high school. So I have been inducted into the Hall of Fame for athletics at my high school. It's been over 10 years since I graduated. I was honored for my basketball achievements. So here's my plaque. It has my maiden and married name on it. For basketball, class of 2013, inductee to the Hall of Fame, year 2024. I did not fully comprehend what an honor this would be when I got the email saying that like I was up for consideration to be honored. I was like, yeah, sure. Like I sent my information. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, I didn't know anything about what this meant. So going in yesterday and seeing like it was me, a woman that I played basketball with, she got honored for multiple sports. She did like soccer, softball, and basketball. She was a year ahead of me. And then there were guys from like the 80s. There was like a team from the 70s that got honored, and like so many different types of people. And it was only like 10 of us spread throughout the decades. And I was like, oh shit, this is actually like a really big deal. I thought it was kind of like people around my age, like they kind of do batches like that. And I was like, oh, it's been 10 years, so it's probably around the time they would do somebody in my age range to potentially get honored. But no, this was like a broad spectrum of people that they were adding to the Hall of Fame in 2024. So yeah, super cool, super thankful. What an amazing honor and like opportunity. I have some clips of that. I will pop them up. There's a speech that my freshie, she'll always be my freshie, Ashley gave to introduce me. I asked her to do that, which was really kind. And I didn't know what her speech was gonna be. It's really nice. I'm not gonna put the whole thing, but I'm definitely gonna keep her speech and then like put it in a frame because it was really nice. And she has all my stats, all these great memories that like my memory is so bad, I don't remember anything. I'll give you some context before we jump into the clips, but I played all 4 years varsity. I scored over 1,000 points in my career, which is a big accomplishment in the sport of basketball. It's not easy to do. So I have my name up on the wall. It's still there at the high school. I have the school record for the most threes in a game, which is 6 threes. And Ashley said that happened the same game where I scored my 1,000 points, which is very special. That was also an amazing day because I got to do that on my home court. So the entire school came out to support. They had like signs, like the gym was packed. The gym had never been that packed in the years that I'd been there. Such fond memories. I had a thank you speech. I thanked my dad in particular because he really pushed me to be my best. And I don't think I would have gotten this honor without him seeing my potential and pushing me to achieve as much as I was able to achieve. Very, very cool. I'll pop in the clips now. So here's the event all set up in my high school cafeteria. I wanted to do some exploring and show off where my name is in the school since Chase has never seen it. Here's my name on the 1,000 points banner with some of my friends. This is the girls' basketball records. That's me there, and then this is me here for the school record. I'm just a little bit excited if you can't tell. Cardinal Pride, Lawrence High School, and the little pamphlet with everybody's stats and info. And they gave us a tour of the school, which is really cool for all the memories. Yo, the memories are insane right now. Woo!
Played a vital role in the girls' basketball team, making it to the NCT finals in 2013.
She looks so cute.
And then this is Kelly. She also got honored. We played basketball together. She was a year ahead of me. So it was really fun to see her again.
I'm honored to be here to introduce Daphne Upshaw for the Lawrence High School Hall of Fame for girls basketball. The varsity girls went 20-7, and it was amazing to watch. The best record in program history. During the first round of states at home, Daphne had 1,000 career points against Colts Neck with a 3-pointer from the corner. I'll never forget that. That game, Daph had 6 3-pointers to tie the record for the most threes in a game. Thank you, Daph, for being the best teammate and friend. You will always be a senior to me, and you always say I'll always be a freshman. Congratulations, Daph, on being inducted to the Lawrence Athletic Hall of Fame. I'm so proud of you.
I'm like more nervous right now than when I gave my vows to my own wedding. Thanks to the committee for considering and selecting me for this award. I'm surrounded by so many extraordinary, well-deserving athletes, and I'm truly honored to receive this award alongside them. Special shout out to Ashley, who always made me want to be the best teammate and friend I could be. Shout out to my college teammates, Erica and Brittany, for coming down to celebrate this achievement with me. A special thank you to my dad, who coached me most of my life, who saw the potential in my talent, took me to elite training sessions, and believed I could do more than I ever thought I could do. Without you pushing me so hard, I can't be certain I would be accepting this award today, so thanks, Dad. And lastly, thank you to Lawrence High School for hosting this lovely event. Cheers to everybody.
So yeah, that was super fun. And then today, my dad, he's training for a half marathon with Chase and I. We're running it in November in this area in Princeton. My parents don't live in Princeton, that's the town over. Very bougie, nice New Jersey town. They have a half marathon and we're gonna run it. So we did a long run today. My dad's watch, his Garmin watch, because we all have Garmin's now, because they're all like very running specific sports watches, suggested he do like a, I don't know, it was like a 2.5 hour nearly, something 2+ hour run at about a 10:30 pace. Chase and I can run faster than that, but that's the pace my dad's watch has for him. And that would put us at like 14 miles. So he's like, yeah, I wanna run 14 miles. And we're like, okay. So that's what we did today. I think it's the Lawrenceville, Hopewell, Pennington Trail. And it's like through these beautiful fields and woods, and it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna put those clips as well. We had a great time. I kind of complained a little bit in the beginning because this is gonna be a long run and I did not sleep well. I haven't been sleeping well, but it ended up being a beautiful, lovely time, even though it was a bit rainy and stuff. So here's that. We're running. Morning, dear. You guys are so unbothered. Looking good, Dad. Yeah. Looking good, Chase. Boys are going. We're hanging in there. It's not my best run. What are we at? 4 miles? 4 miles down.
Black 5, 1004.
It's beautiful out here. It's so pretty. And that's it. So now you're all caught up to date with me. So I am going to go downstairs and hang out with my mom. I asked her if she wanted to do her little paint by numbers that I got her for Christmas, because she finally set that up, even though it's September now. And I'm gonna sit with her and watch her do that and maybe read some of my book. So I will catch up with you when I have some reading updates. I promise I'm gonna read Phantasma more when I get home. Yes, I've had a lovely weekend and I'm very grateful for being able to live the life that I live. So I hope you're having fun hanging out with me today.
It's teeny tiny. Your mom's magnifying glass.
That's Kiki. You meowing? All right, so I'm ready to talk more about Phantasma. I'm still honestly not that far. I'm a little bit less than a third of the way through. Sorry about the construction noise. We're just dealing with it. They're building a fucking they're just building an entire building from the ground up. I live pretty high up, but this building is also pretty high up by now. It's actually interesting to watch. It's just freaking noisy. But anyway, I've made it through the first trial that the girl's been through, Ophelia's done. It gives like Harry Potter vibes a little bit. Like there was a maze, and then there was a snake, like a giant snake, and then it also gives like Squid Game vibes because everybody can die and stuff, which I'm actually excited because Squid Game's season 2 comes out in December. I might do a Squid Game rewatch because of it. Yeah, I don't know. And then I also met the love interest. He's a phantom, so he's dead. He's like basically a ghost, but like stronger than a ghost. And he's been like stuck in the mansion for a while, and he basically needs someone to help him like break whatever is tying him to the mansion so he can have freedom, so he can like leave because he's trapped. He knows that she's like pretty powerful, and he wants to like partner up with her to like get things that he wants, and he'll help her with the competition in exchange, but he needs like a blood bond or something to make it work so he can be powerful enough to like yada yada yada, whatever. I'm not super in love with like their chemistry. I'm also a little bit jaded. I'm just being so picky lately. But I also really want to mention this silly, another cringe, corny ass thing that has happened in this book. So because she finished the first trial, right? She got hurt with the snake thing, and the guy, the ghost phantom guy, Blackwell, helped her out. She notices that she has this marking on her body. She's like looking up her sleeve at like her wound, and she goes, "There's something else, a small golden star-like marking she'd never seen before. Her prize for completing the first trial," she realized. She wondered if the glittering tattoo would be permanent. She got a gold freaking star for completing the first trial, as if she's a kindergartner. Like, here you go, gold star, good job. I don't know, I just think it's so corny. Like, it's so unoriginal, and like, I don't know. I mean, like, sure, the trials and like the 11 levels of hell is like original, I guess, in its own way, even though it's based off like Dante's Inferno and all that, but like, a gold star? A gold star. The author thought, yeah, gold star is a great idea to put in my adult fantasy romance book. I think that will really like come across as mature and like interesting. Like, yeah, doesn't everybody just want a gold star? I mean, and it's ironic because the bookmark I'm using is a tarot card, and it just happens to be the star. What a coinky dink. Ay. So I'm really determined to finish it. I already know that Eliza and Sam gave this book 5 stars. They gave it 5 stars. 5 gold stars. I'm happy for them. And Sam's already told me that she doesn't, you know, she's still interested to hear what I think about it. And she doesn't mind that I'm a bit of a hater for it. I just messaged the group too, talking about this stupid gold star thing. I wonder what she's gonna say. This clip has been long enough. I'm just here to bitch and moan. Honestly, I will probably only update you if something else really cringe happens, or if I finish the book. because this vlog has probably been super long. And I haven't even talked about the other books that I've read since then because I've been reading stuff in between. Like I finished Little Stranger, which was this like beyond unhinged, smutty, taboo romance. I've continued on with Bully. I haven't made much progress. I'm on like 70-ish%. Still not loving it. I started The Wrong Bride, which is a sister's fiance romance. But the writing is just like kind of like not that strong. So I'm a little disappointed. But I have been doing other reading. I just haven't been prioritizing Phantasma over the last 2 weeks. But I am super determined to finish it now. Mostly I just want to get it over with. I just want to be done. And then we can unhaul it. So, oh God. Maybe it'll get better. I mean, it's fun enough. And I'm curious about the trials, I guess. Even though I know she'll be fine because she's got plot armor. I mean, the book is about her. Whatever. I'm gonna make lunch. I will catch up with you when I have something else interesting to say or I'm doing something fun. Hi, I am chilling, reading. I'm on page 301. And I, like, actively dislike this book. I've been skimming it pretty heavy. And I just hate it so much, guys. I hate it so much. It's just so bad. The main characters have no chemistry. The writing is so stilted. This main character, Ophelia, is like unbearable. She's like, I can't be attracted to him. I can't like him. And then all of a sudden she's just like standing naked in her room, summoning him. And she's like, distract me. It's like, ugh. I just hate everything about it. I hate it. And I love romance, but like the romance in this, I actively dislike. I like nothing about it. And I like a spicy scene. But even with the spicy scenes, I don't even want to read them all. I don't want to read through it all. Because I just feel no chemistry between the characters. I'm not invested in them at all. I mean, I feel bad for Blackwell to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, he's trapped. But I don't find him charming. I really don't like Ophelia at all. I don't find, like, she's not likable. She's annoying. The fact that she's in this competition makes no sense because she's not even sure if her sister's there. And, like, she's almost dying. And she has magical powers to her advantage. And she has Blackwell, who's like a magical specter who can help her do the challenges. And she, like, it's never a concern. I don't ever see her like concerned with the fact that like, oh, is my sister even alive still? If she's even here, like, would she have survived these challenges? Like, why is that not more of a concern? Like, these challenges are very difficult and you have 2 times the advantage and like your sister could be dead and like that's not even a thought. But like you're effing this ghost guy. You're like, yeah, you have time to like have fun and have sex, but like your sister might be dead and that's like the motivation for you being here, even though you don't have any facts about it. I'll probably finish it today just because I'm really skimming it really hard. But I'm not having a fun time. I'm not. Which is a shame because it's like a new release. My friends really liked it and I want to be able to read books that are released in 2024 so I can vote on them in the Goodreads Choice Awards thing, but I'm not going to vote for this book because I hate it. So it's like a waste of a 2024 release. All right, that's my rant over. I'm going to keep going. I can't wait till this is done. Bye for now. Hi, I am here to end this vlog about Phantasma. What else have I read in this vlog? I don't remember. But I finished this one. I did not enjoy my time reading it. I'm glad though that I finished it so I could like buddy read it with my friends Sam and Eliza. I'm gonna link Sam's vlog down below because she's already posted it by the time this video goes up. You can get her thoughts too. They're much more positive than mine. Okay, so I ended up giving this 2 stars. I thought the ending was better. Like I was skimming less towards the end. I'm not gonna say anything to like spoil or whatever, but like the author was trying to like make things make sense, which I was like, thank you for trying. But the main character just didn't question things enough in the beginning. So it's like questions were being answered that the character never asked. You know what I mean? Like as the reader, I was like, yeah, it's weird that her mom just like randomly died. Like what's the deal with this locket? What's the deal with the game? Like what's the point of the game, you know? But like the character never wonders these things. And then they eventually get answered, but like, I don't know. That kind of irritated me. And then there are questions that are answered about the sister, things that like I specifically asked, like why is she not concerned about her sister? There are things that make sense for why the sister is okay, but like the characters should have been more worried. Like, obviously she's worried and that's why she's there, but like, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna meet up with my sister on like level 7. Like, why would you assume she would survive? I'm not gonna rehash that because I know I went into a bit of a rant on that, but that gets explained and it makes sense, but it's agitating that the character didn't think of that. Like, it's agitating that the character didn't care. I felt this book had so many plot holes. I know that reading is just for fun, right? And I do read a lot of silly nonsense books that I rate pretty well, especially indie published books. But I feel like for a traditionally published book, the bar should just be higher. And I feel like, and it's okay, but I feel like the bar is very, very low when it comes to what people are willing to accept it and, you know, enjoy. It's fine, you can enjoy it when it comes to fantasy romance. I just feel like the standard is almost non-existent. You know, they're like, oh, fun premise, romance, good enough. You know, for me, I was not satisfied with just that. I need the story to make sense. I need the motivation to make sense. I need it to be something unique. I need it to be exciting. I need the stakes to feel real. I need the relationship to feel genuine. I need to feel the chemistry. And this did not deliver. It had a lot of smut scenes, but I, as a smut lover, didn't care for them, which is so strange. I just did not like these characters. I mean, Blackwell's fine. I don't think he's that interesting. Apparently it's like Danny Phantom vibes. The only thing that I saw when it came to like this Danny Phantom comparison was that fact that he had like white hair. But like, I wasn't even envisioning him in my mind with white hair because his name is Blackwell. So I'm just like, we're just like black, 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 black. So I'm just picturing him like dark haired. You know, obviously he's white because it's by a white author. All the characters are mostly white. I did not see any Danny Phantom vibes personally at all. I really hated the main character. I hated the sister too. I watched Sam's vlog actually today and she said she really liked the sister and I actually really hated the sister. I hated that the sister lied to the main character. I hated the fact that the sister had like a secret other life, that she had other friends that she wouldn't share with her sister. Like she just, I don't know, it felt very strange. It was not a good relationship in my opinion. I did not like her one bit. Minor spoiler, but not really. I felt like the curse that was on characters was so easily broken. Like the first opportunity that came up for the curse to be broken, they were able to solve it. I thought it would have been more interesting if they had tried to solve it multiple times, like throughout like a long span of time, and then like this time they finally figured it out. But no, it's like the first opportunity for it to be solved, it was solved. And it wasn't that hard. So yeah, I thought that was kind of lame. And if you read the book, you know what I mean, hopefully. Hopefully that makes sense. I would not recommend it, but that's just me. So you might still like it because like I said, you know, if you're just here for like maybe gothic vibes and like some smutty moments and like really corny ass things and just like you don't care that much and you just want like a good giggle and like just like a silly fun time. And sometimes I want a silly fun time. Like maybe you'll like this, but if you're reading it for like true chemistry and in my opinion, and like high stakes, like I didn't feel like the stakes were that high. Like people die, but the main characters obviously have like plot armor, especially considering it's a romance. Like the main characters are never gonna die. It's just, that's just not how romances work. If you read a fantasy like Jade City, key characters will die, but it's not a romance, so they don't have as much plot armor. And then, what other books did I talk about? Bully, I haven't made any progress on that. I've been reading The Wrong Bride, which has gotten better. I mean, the writing style I still don't love. I feel like it's a lot of dialogue and just like internal thoughts and not a lot of like descriptions. And take a shot every time the author says he buried his hands in her hair or that she buried her hands in his hair. You'd be dead. You would have taken 100 shots. It's like every other scene. It's the same phrasing. It's very repetitive. But I'm still having fun with it. The like villain of the story is the sister, like the sister that was supposed to marry the guy. I don't know how much I told you about this book. The sister Hannah is the villain and she keeps the plot going. You know, everything would be fine if the sister wasn't around to like stir the pot and like F things up for people. So she keeps it interesting. I'm very entertained with the drama. I'm glad I'm like liking that more, even though the writing style isn't the best and it's kind of repetitive and not that strong. But at least I'm having fun. I haven't made any more progress on this, so sorry about that. And I don't remember any other books that I talked to you about. That's all I have for this video. Sorry I like really didn't like that one book if you liked it, or I'm happy to have supplied you with a negative review if you also didn't like it, because sometimes it's good to have solidarity. If you had fun hanging out with me, please feel free to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it, and obviously it helps out my channel. And I will catch you in another video. Bye!